Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Latham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, each a daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Latham. Episode number 434 today, and I'm still doing Microsoft 365. I did a lot on Google Workspace, and I figure I should do a lot on Microsoft 365. These are really powerful products and tools, and it's really great to understand some of the features that are available to you that are their productivity they're helpful to productivity, but they're also very cost-effective ways of doing things. And today, what I want to talk to you about with Microsoft 365 is using shared inboxes and why they're so fabulous. I'm just trying to think of how to say it. I am a big proponent of being cost sensitive, being cost wise when you are setting up your accounts. I've shown you how to use alternate email addresses to be able to get multiple emails into an account when when it's just you and you want to have the different hats on. But what happens when you bring on a VA or you bring on someone else to help you out and you need to start sharing that information with them? How do you handle that? Because you don't necessarily want to be giving them access to your personal email account or your email account. That one of the reasons you don't want to be doing that is two-factor authentication kills it. It's really difficult trying to do it when you've got two-factor authentication, because if they're logging on and you've got the two-factor authentication set to you, you've got to be around to be able to approve them to log in or give them the code, and vice versa. If they've got the two-factor authentication and you're trying to log in, they need to be around. So sharing an account, whilst it's usable and possible, it's not exactly the most productive way of doing things. What you can do, however, is set up two lower level licensed accounts within Microsoft 365 and then use things called shared inboxes. The idea of a shared inbox is, instead of having the alternate email on your personal account, that email address goes to the shared inbox, and the shared inbox is then accessible by anyone you give access to within your account. I'm going to explain all that. I'm going to show it to you. I think this is a fantastic way of handling it. It translates really nicely from the web app to the Outlook app on your PC or Macintosh or Apple to the mobile app. That it's a really, really nice way of doing things. I've set up a number of clients that do that. They've got a couple of VAs and they all work in that one shared inbox, and it works perfectly well for them. When they remember they've got to log into they've got to open the shared inbox. So let me show you how that works. Let me flip across to my screen share. And at the moment, we're going to be working in the admin center so that we can work out how to add the shared inbox, how to create a shared inbox, and then I'll show you how it works on my Outlook account. So to be able to get into this account, I'm not going to go through the login process every time. It's admin.microsoft.com. Log in with your administrator's account. Again, you'll know that I hide a lot of information here, so that we protect privacy. To add a shared inbox, the first thing you want to do is create the shared inbox that you want to use. You've got in the left-hand panel, if that's hiding, you just click on the three bars on the left-hand side to bring that out so you can see it. If you've got users, we don't want users. We want, I think it's teams and groups. Yep, we want teams and groups this time. I'm not going to go through any of this. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to shared mailboxes. Now you'll see I've already got a shared mailbox here. You won't see the details of it, but it is a shared mailbox. I'm going to create a shared mailbox and show you how I use it. Click on add to create a shared mailbox. You click on the add a shared mailbox. Gosh, I'm saying that word a lot, aren't I? button. It brings up the panel and give it a name. So in this case, I'm just going to call it Test Shared so that we can put it there. And the email address, it automatically put it in. I'll just retype it, Test Shared. So it takes the name and it makes it smaller. It gets rid of the spaces. If you want to rename it, you can. With the domain, if you've got multiple domains on the account, make sure you've got the correct domain selected and click Save Changes. That's going to create the shared mailbox, but that's not where it finishes. We've got to do a little bit more. So give it a couple of seconds while it's doing this. I should have some music. What is it? The Jeopardy music. Do, 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 do. There we go. Done. It says here, your shared mailbox was created. Within a couple of minutes, you can add members who can read and reply to emails sent to this shared box. So you've got to give it a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes just to get it, let it configure within the system, let it go through and do all of the things that it needs to do. Follow the next steps. If you get stuck, follow the next steps. Say add members to your shared mailbox. Click on that. It's asking me who I want to add to the shared mailbox. I'm going to click add members. And here you've got a list of everyone who's got an account that can be added to the shared inbox. If they're not showing up here, they can't be added. They don't have the right license to be able to do that. This does need to be a Microsoft 365 licensed user to be able to use the shared inbox. So I'm going to click on myself. And I'm going to just click on one other person. And once you're done, click the add button. And we wait again. I need some Jeopardy music here. Yep, it takes a little bit. Right. And this tells you who has been added and who has access to that shared inbox already. Okay. You can close that. Now you've got your new inbox here. It's showing you that it's there. If you want to come in and modify it, it's easy. If you want to add people, remove people from it, easy enough to come into your admin center, go down to teams and groups, shared mailboxes, click on the mailbox you want to manage. You can change its email address if you want. I wouldn't recommend it once you've set it because you've probably shared that with people. There's a few things we should look at here. We can do email forwarding from there. We're not going to. You can set up automatic replies. Sent items. It says not copied to the mailbox. What we want to do, we want to, what does this say? Copy items sent to this mailbox or on behalf of this mailbox to the sent items folder. I would absolutely recommend that you click both of those and you have the sent items copied to the mailbox. One of the best things about a shared inbox is that everyone can use it. And then if you want to go back and audit it, at least you'll have a copy of what's been sent out as the mailbox in your account. Going to update that. And to go back from here, the little arrow at the top that says back, click on that. What else have we got? Okay. This is where it gets exciting. We can edit our members. So if you want to add and remove members, come into the settings, come down to members, click on edit. That will bring up, you can add new members, or if you click on one, you can remove members. So if you've got flexibility there and you move people in and out of groups and they don't need that group anymore, make sure you take them out of the shared mailbox, hey? The other thing you can do is do this manage mailbox permissions. So we're going to do read and manage permissions. These users can read emails in the shared inbox and perform management actions such as adding or removing mailbox content. Changes can take up to 60 minutes. So if I click on the second one here, I can remove this user in the shared inbox, and all they're going to be able to do then is just read mails. They're not going to be able to manage the content. So if you want to have a read-only person in the inbox, this is where you would do it. You can allow them to send as from the shared inbox. If they don't have send permissions in here, they'll be able to read it. They won't be able to reply or send on behalf of of that inbox. Really, really good if you just want to have people who can see stuff coming in, if you just want to have one person who can respond on behalf of the inbox. Really handy stuff. It can get really granular. Do think very carefully on how you set up these permissions though. The other thing we can do is we can say someone else can send on behalf of this inbox. So these users can send emails with both their account names and their shared inbox names. So in this case, I'm just going to add myself. And what that means is that from my own account, I can then send on behalf of test shared from my own personal account. Again, be really careful how you set these up. It can cause grief. It can become very confusing. If you need help, drop a comment. Be specific in the question though, so that I can really, really help you out here. Do you want this to appear in the global address list? So if you want this just to be a silent address that you share publicly, but you don't want everyone to see it in the address list, you can hide it. I'm not going to go into Exchange settings. That can get really confusing and detailed. So that's our shared inbox. It's configured. We've done a couple of things on it. I'm going to close that down. How does that work for our user account though? So to do that, I'm going to jump into my outlook.com account. I am just going to refresh it so that I make sure all the new settings are picked up. To be able to see, this tells me I've got forwarding on from our last tutorial as well. From here, to be able to open a shared inbox, you'll notice that I don't have the shared inbox appearing anywhere here. How do we get into it? How do we access it? It's actually a little easy. Up here where you've got your profile icon in here, it's AA for me. Just going to click on that. And you see where it says open another mailbox. I am going to put test shared at, there we go. You just need to type enough of the group name or the shared inbox name in for it to come up in your list. You can do a search, of course. So test shared, click on that, say open, let it load. And now I have the test shared inbox here. So you'll see I've got two tabs open. One is mine. It's got my name in it up here, and the other is the test shared. I can now have multiple tabs open with different accounts or different inboxes that I can manage. So if you don't mind having the multiple tabs open, and particularly when we're doing shared inboxes, and I've explained why that's important, this is the way it will work. I love this feature. I really, really, really do. Okay. So as I said, I love this feature. This is a great feature. It's great when I'm trying to collaborate with a group, or when I'm trying to collaborate with a team where we need to see what emails are coming in and where we need to see what responses are going out, or where you need to know that a response has been sent, and we can see what that is, which is why I check make sure I copy the sent mails into the inbox, or sorry, into the shared inbox itself, or the shared mailbox itself. Get my terminology right. It's not a replacement for a help desk. It is probably 3 or 4 steps before you need a really full-blown help desk. It's a really good way of allowing a team to collaborate, inexpensive and cost-effective way of allowing a team to collaborate on emails without having to have multiple accounts or multiple licenses and people logging in and out of different accounts. You can just open those inboxes and there they are. Hopefully that one's been helpful to you. Please do let me know in the comments wherever you're watching or listening to this video. Any questions you might have, any feedback you have. Have you used a shared inbox? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Why don't you like it if you don't? I'd love to know. Come across to my locals community, askcharlylatham.locals.com. It's a community designed for business owners to be able to ask questions, gain knowledge, share their own expertise amongst each other as well. It's designed for you guys to become more tech literate hopefully without the stigma of going, we don't understand the technology, because there's a lot to understand. And honestly, you should be focused on the knitting of your business, not understanding all this stuff that happens in the back end, but having an understanding of it is really useful. If this video was useful to you, please please like the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlylethan.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.